Welcome to Silicon Valley Asian Business Talk.
This is Roger Chen from University of San Francisco Center for Business Studies and Innovation in Asia Pacific. Welcome to our interview program. First, we want to thank Geek House to host this interview. And this is a very unique venue where Facebook or Meta was founded several years ago. And in our today's interview, we want to welcome Brandon Wang from Synopsys. And Brandon, first, thank you very much. Would you please briefly introduce yourself?
Yes, I've been in Silicon Valley for more than 30 years, right? So I started with the designers. Currently, I'm in the corporate strategy group at Synopsys. I was very fortunate to caught the internet boom when Silicon Valley moving from silicon to internet. And later I was with a company called ARM. We make the technologies that enables the mobile era. So again, very fortunately, grow with the mobile and see the valley from silicons to internet to mobile applications. And in the last 6 years with Synopsys, I'm focused on the corporate strategy, look at how a company sets strategy and enables both organic and inorganic growth.
Thank you. And also, I remember correctly, you are the vice president from the CEO office of Synopsys, yes, right? And in charge of corporate strategy, which is great.
How to find and work with good startup partners.
Do you have any kind of a reflection about the mistakes actually for large companies make, or even startup companies make in these kind of either the acquisitions or partnership with the startup companies? The lessons actually.
I think that I always say lessons we've been doing pretty well in that. But I think the key here is to really start in the early deal sourcing stage to make sure that you have a good synergies and alignment. I would say alignment with each of the business unit. So to understand what they need. It's not about how beautiful that company is. It's about how fit that target is to Synopsys, right? So this is slightly different as investment and other instrument I talked about in the beginning, right? So
right.
This is immediately become part of your organ,
Yeah, that's true.
That's why the fit part is a big deal.
Right. So
I think I would say we would have to even do better, continue to improve.
Right. So it's interesting talking about it's not how beautiful is the start of a company or how shiny is the start of a company. Rather, it's the buy-in from the BU. Could you elaborate? How do you get the BU to be involved and get their buy-in in this kind of whole journey of identifying, acquiring startup companies?
I think that one of the way you do is to really do a alignment. We used to call it a deal book, like once a year deal book.
What is that?
A workshop.
Right? A workshop.
Basically, you put the leaders, BU leaders, and you also listed the potential target. You have a get together, understanding, set priority. Understanding it's really about alignment, so that that what you're gonna do for the rest of this year, right? So in order to go after the pieces that's most valuable to the company.
So basically, are you saying you almost like this kind of annual work, you present to the BUs about the potential acquisition targets?
I would say work with them.
The
BUs. Yeah, and by the way, the deal book cannot just lead to acquisition. I think we talk a lot about acquisition. Right? But as I said, back to all the instruments of your company. Right?
Okay.
So it could be investment, right? It could be partnership. a startup could be easily become a Synopsys vendor. So, and that's type of the partnership that we talk about, right? And it could be an OEM partnership, that the startup solution combined with Synopsys solution, that we still can leverage Synopsys channel to reach the customers. By having that technology selling through the same channel with Synopsys, it does not need acquisition to make that happen. So we have to really leverage all the instruments.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So and sometimes it's even, you know, for New Horizons, Synopsys maybe say, hey, we have this unique technology, and you are actually doing application on this particular domain. How about our technology to support you and selling through your application? Right. So these are the type of innovation I call the partnership and the whole business model innovation on top of just technology innovation. So I think I would say the acquisition is one piece of it. Ultimately, you really need a broader view to you know, and from a target point of view, also not just directly your customer. You need to think about how do you build a broader ecosystem that has bring, you know, the more parties to enable the end customers. I think that if you understand the semiconductor and the enterprise software, the key item is all about ecosystem. It's how pervasive, how broad your ecosystem is, how many users or customers you can reach through your ecosystem, and how much of enablement you have done so that the end product development, whether it's a customer or certain verticals, that people take it and then quickly, you know, for their product. So I think these are the broader aspect. And then just you know, pick up the pieces.
It makes a lot of sense. Actually, basically, you're talking about this is a holistic strategy to engage with or leverage the startup this, you know, also the startup community in a sense. One more question, maybe before we move on. For the deal book within Synopsys, I assume, do you have like a dedicated department to put together this kind of candidate list, you know, before you approach to the BUs to kind of discuss and, you know, those, could you elaborate on that kind of work? You know, which department put together scouting this information, and also then.
I started the deal book workshop with my team about 4 years ago.
Oh, your team started.
Yeah, so it is, you know, it's just a get together, sort out the priorities, and more importantly, is discuss the criteria to sort out your priorities.
It's like before you reach out to find out the startup company, do these kind of works, or
so the deal sourcing come from all over the place. So you cannot say, okay, I'm the deal team, I'm the only one go out. So we're welcoming anybody to provide, you know, target companies, right? As a matter of fact, I like our the sales team. They would, they did great deals because they are the one upfront at the customer side. And they know that the customer, they have constant conversations with our customer to say, if a customer say, hey, I'm not using your tools because I got a piece of alternative that's better, right? That's a demonstration of a technologies and being deployed that. So they provide good deal sourcing. So this deal book is not about limiting deal sourcing. Deal book is about line up with the stakeholders within a company to set the criteria of these coming years. What are the criteria? And you take the criteria. Of course, it's not single criteria. It's a list of criteria. And you actually use these criteria at certain weight. And you calculate the utility values of each of the potential target company that come through your pipeline. Right? And you calculate the utility values to say, hey, based on this year's criteria, that you'll be able to establish a priority list. Right, so it's quite methodical.
Yeah. Okay, it makes sense. Like almost like reminds me the weighted calculation for each company because you have different criteria and you give them assignment scores.
Yes, it's not driven by the deal source. What I'm saying here is that if something is so important, we're going to be proactively
search for it,
right? So it's proactive approach. Instead of say, hey, company A just happened to be on my desk. Can I take a look? Right? You can be on my desk very early, but I'm looking at other areas I want to fill. So it's really about set up the criteria, sort out the priorities so that we have an aligned goal to go after.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense because you got a strategic direction. So you have to kind of go out to fulfill your strategic objectives, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.